sports coverage of the NFL brings us to uptown Charlotte and rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Carolina Panthers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bills in this matchup. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is now one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he's got some space here. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That good for 22 and a first down. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
And I know that last week's game is over, but this feels almost like a continuation of what he did in the previous game. It's almost as if in his mind, he knitted together the 2 weeks with no break. He's off to a nice start here.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call. On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there.
Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3.
Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? As that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 22 carries, 127 yards, and a score.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Bonds. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's the Panthers punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right, to the 40 and no further. So the broken tackle didn't get him much. Here's 2nd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very 1st quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
On third down, Bonds. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The Panthers at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the first and goal.
Teams practice their plays during the week. They're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Operating from the gun, Bonds. And he whips that one incomplete there. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Bonds. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal, a loss of 7, and it brings up third.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
He finds his man complete. It's Carson.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. These two teams all tied after one. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. They'll go option to the short side. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Their mobile quarterback with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills have moved out in front. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bonds finding his safety valve here. That's good. Now the ball comes loose, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Off the bootleg. Bonds. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Back to throw again. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Bonds. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 33 yards that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Bonds. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And he's going to be brought down short of first at about the 31-yard line. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Bonds. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely, great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bonds. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. To throw on third down. Bonds. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Here's the Panthers punter now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
He finds his man, complete. That's Carson. And he is going to have a Bills first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. 2nd and 5. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. He'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the line. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Guaranteed they've been talking a lot about, can we find something that'll go our way? And that tip ball, that definitely just did.
Well, and with this margin manageable, yeah, that gives them a little juice maybe on the tip.
Yeah, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. That could help them get right back in it.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Bills to take over. They're coming off a loss to the Washington Commanders, but so far here on their way to rebounding nicely. They lead as they take the field for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time, because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10.
And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Bonds. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Operating from the gun. Bonds firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. To throw on 2nd down. Bonds. And it's caught.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
Yeah, in the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On 4th down, Bonds.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Carson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And the Panthers coming out now. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He finds his man, complete. It's Barrett. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. They run a draw here on second down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bonds. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bonds. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great play there. 37 yards. And the Panthers have scored again in this third quarter. This time to move out in front. Well, Charles, I think you and I both agree these guys were outplayed in that first half. And the scoreboard reflected that, but they've come out since halftime. They've looked like a different team.
And it makes you wonder what was said and done.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. That time a 9-play drive, and Carolina scores to cap it off. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And the Bills getting set to go. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man complete. That's Carson. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Holding, offense.
You need your one. He'll look to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On first down, Bonds. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Panthers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Looking to throw. Bonds. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A big loss there of about 7 yards on first and goal, so now it's second down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Back to throw. Bonds. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Bonds. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From the 6. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bills ready to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now back to throw.
Slant pass complete to Carson. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll set up a throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
They'll look to throw here. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have the Bills first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 45-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Carson.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. On second down, they'll run it here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Up the middle they go. Buckley. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So the Bills now down on the scoreboard. A little over a minute and a half remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Here we go on 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Carolina, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.